go back to verse 1 in Acts chapter 13, as we look at the first part of this definition, that it is the task, missions, world missions, is the task of the local church. Acts chapter 13 and 14 make up what we call the first missionary journey of Paul. The following chapters include the second missionary journey and then the third missionary journey of Paul in the book of Acts. But the first missionary journey happens from Acts chapter 13. Now look at this. As we argue the fact that world missions is the task of each local church. Chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church at Antioch prophets and teachers, Barnabas, Simeon, who was called Niger, Lucius of Cyrene, Manaen, a member of the court of Herod the Tetrarch, and Saul. Now they were worshipping the Lord and fasting, and the Holy Spirit said, "Set apart for me Barnabas and Saul for the work to which I have called them." So the first part of this understanding of world missions, to be done properly, is that people have to be going from a starting church. They have to be going from a local church. So we see this right in that first verse, that where the Holy Spirit goes in order to set people apart is to men who were in a local church. They were in the church of Antioch already serving as prophets and teachers. They would have been pastors. Here we see that they were particularly gifted with the gift of prophecy, by no means a normative part of being a pastor, yet they were prophets in that age. They were teachers and they were pastors, already in a local church. It is not that they had had a call on missions to their life and so neglected the local church because they were called to missions. Local church is really good for all of the normal Christians who have not been called to a cross-cultural task in their life. So you're going to stay here for good, therefore you're a part of a local church. But missionaries, those who have a call, go to, other groups. They just don't go to church. Now we see that these men were in the church of Antioch and they went from that church. It is so essential for any missionary on the field in another nation to have a sending church. There's uncountable amounts of people out there who are rogue missionaries. They're in every sense not a true missionary because they were not sent by anybody. You cannot send yourself. You cannot. That's a contradiction in terms. To be sent requires a distinct second party to be able to send. I know we're doing basic rudimentary logic here today, but if we meet people on the field who simply say, I don't have a sending church, I didn't come from a local church, I just got saved, I decided local church wasn't for me, I go about and reach the nations on my own, that is unbiblical and in no way New Testament and after the formulation of Paul. Missions, this is one of the deep convictions of the Reformed Church, and this Reformed Church, Hope Reformed Baptist Church, is that missions is essentially local church centered. Missions is local church oriented. Every missionary ought to be sent from a local church. And we see next that you are ultimately sent by a local church.